The college football rankings, man, the playoff rankings come out tonight. Hendo,
Mm.
Yeah.
what's your top six? Who you like right now tonight? How you think it's gonna go?
Well, I mean, obviously Georgia and Tennessee. Georgia's clearly number one. I know people want to say, well, they've had a few games where you can look, but Georgia's number one. Tennessee should definitely be number two. I'll say this: TCU. I know I'm being a little homerish on this, but if you watch TCU this year, they've had a lot of comeback wins. I'm a huge fan of Keandre Miller. I think right now he has like 900 some rushing yards. He's been amazing. Quentin Johnson, if you guys don't know, wide receiver, he's touted to being one of those special like type of receivers in the draft. I mean, Max Dugan, like this TCU team, Sonny Dykes got me going, y'all. Like I like what TCU is doing. I think they should be in the top six. I don't know exactly where, but I do
Yeah.
have them in the top six. I know strength of schedule doesn't help them a little bit, but they do play Texas. So I mean, Texas ain't the greatest thing, but it may put some legitimacy to it. I like Ohio State. I know we got a friend of ours that is going to love that. Ohio State is three right now. I mean, C.J. Stroud is C.J. Stroud, but I will
Mhm.
give Ohio State that nod. Bama, even though they do have the one loss, I think that they still should be warranted as a top 16. Um, I still think TCU is better than them, so I'll put Bama at six. And then one more team, I'm gonna go Michigan, man. I'm gonna have to go Michigan. I just think that like
Yeah.
you gotta do some. Like I said, Georgia's. I don't care who's two, three, four, and five or six.
Yeah.
Georgia's number one for me. And I
Absolutely.
and I feel like there's no team right now in college football when Georgia's at their peak. I don't think there's any team that comes close to them. And like I said, even if Tennessee were to lose this game going forward, I still think depending on how they lose, you should still put them in the top six. But I think if they do it today, I think TCU does move up a notch. If I'm not mistaken, the last poll they may have had them at six. I think
Mhm.
TCU has a chance to be in the top four. I don't know about top three because of schedule. And I think
Yeah.
Ohio State does have that edge to be number three. But yeah, I think TCU definitely deserves love. But Georgia, clear cut number one. I don't want to hear it from anybody else. And y'all got y'all love from Georgia for me.
Yeah. Um, I think the top six are going to be chalk. Um, you know, Alabama, Tennessee,
Mhm.
Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, and Clemson. Those are
Mhm.
that's what the poll will say. I don't think Clemson is one of the six best teams in the country. I hear you with the TCU, Hendo.
Yeah.
Um, I would take Clemson out and put Oregon.
Mm.
Um, what I saw against UCLA, it was a different team from when they played us week one,
Yeah.
when we beat them 49-3 or something like that.
Yeah.
Um, Defensively, how they played against UCLA in a big game like that, big atmosphere for the Pac-12. That showed me something, man. They're a different team than 8 weeks ago. So if I had to pick a team right now, I would say to go along with those other five and take Clemson out, it'll be Oregon. Um, I still don't think Oregon has a chance to get to the playoff though, because I think USC will beat them.
Mm.
I'm still holding on to my preseason pick of UCLA getting to the playoff.
I like
But
that.
Oregon right now I think has done been more impressive than TCU. But TCU clearly the best team in the Big 12. So, but
Yeah.
those would be my
The
six.
lack of Big 12. Yeah.
The lack of,
The
hey,
lack of.
hey. I mean, I think the Big 12 has been more competitive though. This season right here.
Hmm.
You know, I've been high on Texas, even though they pretty much fell off. But my six, of course, Georgia's number one. I feel Tennessee is number two.
Okay.
Um, if I had to put a number three, and I'll put Michigan over Ohio State.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think Michigan is the better team right now. I take Michigan over Ohio State. But I will park Ohio State at four. I definitely like the TCU at five, and I got Alabama at six. I mean,
Mm.
just being
Still
honest,
Bama.
I think Bama uh is the second best team in the country. I mean, Tennessee won on that day, but I feel like we played that game 10 out of 10 times. Alabama will win nine.
Yes.
I really do feel that, even though I called, in the beginning of the year that Tennessee would beat Alabama, I felt like this would be their year. Alabama got the best player in football. I mean, we saw that on the field. So I think Alabama is the third best team in the country, but they will be 6 on that poll. So Clemson, that schedule. I mean, Boston College just lost to UConn. All right. I mean, Boston College lost to UConn.
Yeah.
And Clemson's gonna get a pat on the back because they win the ACC. I mean, I think that's a joke right now. So those are my 6.